Hello, play daters. I had to pause for just a moment because Vaughn was already starting to bark, but hopefully they'll be nice and settled for today's play date. Looks like we have quite a few of you waiting already, so let me get some hellos down. Looks like Sandra and Simon were our first ones in. Hello, my friends. Ishi is here. Richard Longman Tarot, hello. McComber, oh no, I just said that, Ishi. You're two people now to me, apparently. Hi, Patrice, lovely. Gracia is here. Hi, Lori Kramer, hello. Hello. Did I say Gracia? I did. Okay, everybody's getting two hellos maybe today. I was all calm, ready to do Playdate today, and I immediately get flustered when I hit the go live button. But it's a thing. It'll be fine. Jillian is here. Hello. Stephanie Johnson. Hi. Let's see. Who else do we have? We have Naomi is here. Susie Gemini and Fort. Hi. Who else do we have? Sarah Fitzpatrick. Sarah, are you new here? I feel like that's a new name to me. And then my chat jumped all the way to the bottom, as it is prone to do, but that's fine. I can find my place. We're just rolling with it today. Let's see, and then we have Val is here. Hi, Val. Okay, lost my spot. White Tree Tarot, hi. Gigi Nilsson is with us. Pal's Tarot Tent in Oregon, hello. Kristen Louise, hi. Donna Riedler, Emily is here. Jamie Kelly, Zane Tarot Token Witchery, hello. Happy Sunday. Rose Honey Ritual, is that another new name? If I just have a bad memory, I apologize, but a special welcome just in case. And who else do we have here? Oh, don't jump, don't jump. Okay, wait, oh wait, here we go. Okay, so there was Sarah Fitzpatrick. Okay. Oh, Sean. Hi, Sean. Aspasia Rising is here. Am I saying that right? You told me how to say it, and now I've forgotten it. But I think that's right. Aspasia. Dang it. Aspasia. I couldn't remember. Long A or short A. Crap. Jennifer Ball. Hello, my friend. Kimberly. Hi. Let's see here. Don't jump, chat. Having a hard enough time. Hello, Elle. There she is. And Aspasia. Thank you. Aspasia Rising. Long A, not short A. I keep trying to do that. Thank you. Okay, and because it says ass, it tries to block it. Jackie Jacaranda. Hello. Okay, I might have missed some people because this chat is jumping all over the freaking place, but hopefully I've got most of the hellos. Jump. Elle, are you trying to make it jump? Because that's not nice. Don't do that. I feel like it's your fault. Oh, I can blame you. That's cool. Okay, I think I'm mostly caught up, but if I missed anyone, a big hello. As you know, it's not on purpose. Charmed viewer, hello. Nice to see you. Okay, so first things first, let me get my comments back over to here. How did the Page of Cups work out for all of us? Did our page come up in your readings this week? Did you feel more imaginative or dreamy or filled with immature emotions? Anything come up for anyone here? Let me know. I'd be interested to know. I probably should have asked, like, as I was saying all of my hellos. Yes, you, Elle, and you totally would. And you know it. Came up a few times for Elle. Aloha, Jonathan. Let's see if anybody else snuck in on me. I don't think so. The Queen did, but not the Page. Ooh, so maybe there's a progression that's happening there. Yes to that last one. Definitely filled with immature emotions. Seems like that's resonating with some. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to think. I don't think the Page came up for me. It's been a very Pentacles-y week for me for whatever reason. I don't know why. The Fish and I agree. We had a chat. Oh, well, at least you agree, Pal's Tarot Tent. At least you agree. That's good. All right. So like we do, where can I put these? I change my mind every week how I organize things. We'll put them up there. So first things first is I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because it's kind of going crazy at the moment. There we go. And I want to ask, or invite you guys to ask, oh, a heartwarming phone visit from your nephew. Oh, that's nice. That sounds lovely, especially in these days when it's so hard to actually see people in real life. Oh, you had the Page of Pence show up. She said, made me do a deep dive on court card significator and birth cards. Personality test. Oh, yeah, because Simon posted that somewhere in the Hermit's Cave, I think. Aspasia Rising said, I did feel more dreamy and like I'm a student in the emotional arena. Oh, interesting. That's very cool. All right, well, keep that stuff coming. But in the meantime, we want to gather. So I don't know if I have anybody. I think might have a couple new people here. What I like to do is gather a list of 5 general questions that we can ask and use our card of the week to answer. We have, I'm sure, some old hats in here who will show you how it's done. But basically what we want to do is just put it in all caps and kind of think about it as a collective question that we can ask. So if you put it like Richard Longman-Tarot has shown you how it's done here for me today. Thank you, Richard. And we have Emily right behind him. All right. How can we best look after our mental well-being this week? And I'll be looking for, once again, I'll be looking for 5 questions. All right. So Longman-Tarot. How can we best look, thank you, Richard, our mental well-being this week? Save that one. And then we have Emily. How can we support ourselves? Oh, wait, I gotta say who this is. Emily's Tarot Magic. How can we support ourselves and others who are close to us to move through any doubts or fears that may be arising right now? All right, we've already got some good, deep questions. And it's so funny, sometimes when we first pull the card, we're like, really? That's the answer to all our questions? But it almost ends up being that way, doesn't it? Okay, oh, Oak Mama's here. Hello, Oak Mama. All right, Jonathan, how can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? Oh, you guys are asking for some kind of card this week. I don't know what you're asking for, but it's going to be a card. How can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? I don't know if I tried to insert a new in there earlier. You guys were quick with the questions this week. This is awesome. Okay, Aspasia Rising. See, I'm going to have this by the end of this. It's going to be like old hat. Okay. We have, whoops, edit, there we go. Aspasia Rising, how do we keep our internal landscape grounded? How many people like have this like set up in like Notepad or something, right? A copy paste. I'm impressed with how fast these came today. The external chaos. Oh goodness, there is external chaos, isn't it? Especially with the holiday season approaching and everything. And then Elle's brought me a question today. I love it. Okay, that's 5. Okay, so if you had one and it came in after I grabbed the first 5, please feel free to bring it back next week if you're here, which I always hope you are. We are neglecting within ourselves that we should nurture this week. These are fantastic questions. Okay, Lori. Hi, Lori. Bring that back to us next week. Please, please, please. Okay, there we jumped again. And then, oh, and Linda. Hi, Linda. Linda brought us a question. Okay, I'm good with the 5, but if you guys want to bring, now, the other thing you can think about doing is if you, and this happened kind of last week with Tammy Pie. She had a question. It was kind of a little bit more personal. So I kind of ended up picking a question that was a little bit more for the collective. But in the end, we actually ended up answering her question. So keep the card in mind as you answer the questions you asked today as well. All right. Yeah, we have some good questions today. All right. I'm taking to see if fast fingers, 300 words. I don't think they're that fast. Although a couple of my friends, hi, Mindy. And T-Cat, hello, and anybody else who's come in. A couple of my friends tease me and think that when they'll be on a video call with me and I'll be working or something because I'm multitasking or typing something out, and they will tease me and say that I'm fake typing. I've been doing data entry since I was 19 years old. So, okay, I'm gonna put the questions over here so I can keep these in mind as I shuffle here. So, from Longman Tarot, how can we best look after our mental well-being this week? From Emily, how can we support ourselves and others who are close to us to move through any doubts or fears that may be arising right now? From Jonathan, how can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? Got to incorporate it, or what's the word that I'm looking, not incorporate, is it incorporate? It's something, starts with an I. Aspasia Rising, how do we keep our internal landscape grounded with the internal chaos? And from L, what's something we are neglecting within ourselves that we should nurture this week? All right, we're going to attempt to shuffle, a riffle shuffle with this teeny tiny little deck. Okay. What do we got? We're going to see it together. Oh, it's upside down. I don't do reversals. I just had the deck upside down. Now, this is an interesting one for today, I think. I was expecting, I have to admit, based on the questions, I was totally thinking we would have a major today. What do you think? Like, what's your first, like, instinctual response? I'd love to know that. So, like, Emily is like, ooh. Can't wait till I'm shuffling 2 cards. I think the riffle won't be happening then, Simon. That's for sure. Integrate. That's the word I wanted. Thank you so much. I couldn't see your guys' responses while I had the questions up on my thing here, but let's see. Yeah, I'm loving the question. I'm going to be very interested to see how we answer this with this particular card. So let's see. We have interesting, a lot of O's. Okay, I'm getting caught up here. So interesting, especially as we said how Pentacles, right? It's been a very Pentacle-y time. I did bring it, Donna. I did bring that energy. Love it, says Val. A gift, says Naomi. I did, Patrice. This is what I get. I shush. But you know, let's see, Elle. I thought we already had this one, so I felt surprised. Did we? I couldn't have possibly put it back in the deck. Elle, will you check the Facebook group and just make sure we haven't had this one? You know, it is interesting, though, because I feel like I have a memory of discussing some of the symbols in this, but I can't imagine that we did. All right, so let's see what we've got. Some initial thoughts here. Aspasia says, committing anew to looking after our health, mental and physical. Simon, keep both feet firmly on the ground this week. Very good advice. Hi, Brant. Nice to see you. You're listening. Okay. Cha-ching, says Sean. Okay, Simon's confirmed whoopsie. Okay, I'm going crazy with the display there. Simon confirms we haven't had it, and he's got his notebook, so I trust this, actually. Let's see, Oak Mamas and Sandra confirmed as well, Aquarius Al. Okay. So Elle, it's you and me, apparently, which is ironic. Pentacles is all about sensation, the material world. Yes. Jonathan, the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of new opportunities for prosperity and physical well-being. So for those of you who are new, we have some of our play date, what's the word I want to say? I don't know words today. I was going to say old hats, but that just sounds wrong. Experienced play daters, that's what I want, who are already diving into just general meanings of the card when they see this. Let's see. Hi, Wendy. Nice to see you. Simon says stability is coming. Kristen says bringing your energy out of your head and into your body, because the pentacle suit can symbolize the earthly energy of the body. Yes. Okay, keep it coming, and I'm going to pull out our melanated, which should be interesting to see how different, if at all, this one is. Oh, I guess I can put my Page of Cups back in this deck. Keep your thoughts coming on the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, this one's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna get that book out too. We haven't read from the Melanated guidebook lately, and it is so good. Okay, so here is our Melanated Page of Pentacles. Oh, I left Kristen up there for all to read for a long, long time. Oh, we've now had all 4 of our aces. Interesting. Oh, am I fuzzy to anyone else? You know what? I do need to do those. Make sure that I'm not playing over here. Oh, it is fuzzy. It's fuzzy on mine. Okay, let me pause that and close it actually, just to make sure. Okay. Oh, Robin. Hi, Robin. So, oops, I missed your comment because my chat just jumped way far away again. Don't let material concerns lead you down the garden path. When planning, be sure to be realistic, says Simon. Yes, I like that. Emily says it's showing us how much potential there is right now. So much is in flux, and we have this time to address everything we are working on and how we are moving through our lives. How can we do things? Can you all hear TK saying hello? I feel fairly confident that you can. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm back in focus, Anne. Wendy says opportunity is being offered, which will bring good results. Richard, being handled the resources to succeed with. Mendy, deep peace and security. Yes. Uh-oh, come back. Come back. At least I have the blue when I highlight these, so I know where I left off. Jonathan bringing the esoteric title for us. The Ace of Pentacles is the root of power of Earth. The element Earth represents growth, stability, the physical realm, money, possessions, and security. Donna says, abundance is coming. Let's hope. Yes. Oh, this is kind of cool. So Rose Honey Ritual says, yeah, it looks like it's making me want to bring out the herbal body oils and bubble baths. Ooh, some good self-care stuff. I am loving that. This is the only ace without the yods, so not from divine source, but from material world. Yods. Okay, so the reason I'm reacting to that is because I filmed a walkthrough video last night, I think, and I was trying to remember in the sun card what those things are called. And I was like, oh, I think it starts with an M, not an M. Well, why? Thank you for that, Oak Mama. Oh, is it fuzzy again? Oh, no. Wait, am I behind or am I still fuzzy? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what's happening. Okay, don't think it's, oh, it's still a little bit fuzzy. Let me just check one thing on my settings here. Let's see. Cam and mic, camera. I'm in high resolution mode. All right, it might be a YouTube thing. It seems to be coming and going. All right. Hopefully by the time we start looking up close to the card, it will resolve. Elizabeth said, hi, Elizabeth. This is the time to strengthen your roots, to ground and center your body, to begin building the ground for the future. Okay. Susie's saying hi to TK. She says, examine your connection to Earth as though a newbie with your senses. Think about what you have inherited. Ooh, that's interesting. Regarding the shadowy questions, we could have a tendency to be too dreamy. So maybe not grounded enough in practical matters. Is that kind of what you mean with that? I'm sorry about the fuzzy. Is it better at all? Was better, now lagging and bad again. It's getting better, but still goes fuzzy and has occasional buffering. Okay. I don't know what to do about it because I'm on the StreamYard and it looks good on the StreamYard. Okay. Let's take one more look here. I don't have anything taking up internet band. Actually, you know what? What do I turn off just to be safe? I'm going to turn off the internet on my phone too, just to make sure I'm not using any bandwidth that I don't need to be. Okay. And then hopefully I remember to turn the Wi-Fi back on. All right. I'm going to view this on YouTube one more time just to see what this is looking like here. Yeah, it really is quite pixelated, isn't it? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and exit I'm just going to kick myself out of the studio and keep the stream going, and I'll come right back in. So hold on for 1 second. Okay, is this any better? I'm waiting for it to catch up so I can see, because I have a bit of a lag before I can see. Did not help, says Patrice. I do not know what's going on. Okay, let me try one other thing. I'm on my good Wi-Fi. Okay, if I disconnect and come back, let's fingers crossed that I don't mess this up, okay? I'm changing Wi-Fi connections, so bear with. Okay, am I still here? It's a little better, I think. It's not great. The other thing to maybe, okay, I think that's a little better. Okay. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you bearing with me. I would much rather you be able to see these cards. I feel like that's kind of an important part of Playdate. So thanks for all of your help and patience. Very much appreciated. All right, so let's get back into this, shall we? You guys are awesome. All right, I've had a bunch of new people come in while I was fixing my technical difficulties. We've had, looks like we had Jody come in, Soulshine Sarah, hello. And okay, good. Looking good. All right. I did check my settings, Shane. Thank you. Hi, Shane, by the way. Nice to see you, my son. That was the first thing I checked, and I am streaming in 720, which is the highest I can get unless I want to pay like $50 a month. And I love you guys, but you know, maybe someday when I'm making a bunch of money doing this or something, even though I don't monetize. All right, so back to the Ace of Pentacles here. We've been moving right along. So why don't I do this? Since this is a good time and we have good picture quality, let's take a nice close look up at this card. We obviously don't have a ton. Hi, oh, Linda. So a union between physical and spiritual. Yep, and I'm going to give you the nice close-up look here too. But I like that comment. A union between physical and spiritual with this card. I do love that. Okay. See, we didn't panic today. All right, nice close-up look of our card here. We have our garden with the mountain in the background and the path. And do we think those are lilies in the front? I know lilies are a thing. And then just for fun, let's take a close-up look of the melanated as well. And then Simon knows that his job is to look at the ultimate guide to the Rider-Waite Smith. Now, I mean, are we not loving the nails on that particular Ace of Pentacles? That is freaking fantastic. I love the glowing light in this card is just really beautiful to me. Oops, wait, there we go. And there I think we have a really lovely look at the garden and the flowers as well. Beautiful cards. All right, let's see what we have here. So Sandra notices that the cloud is gray that the hand is coming out of, right? So in this one especially, right? Which makes it seem like it's coming from a more troubled time. Now in this melanated version, that cloud is a little lighter and fluffier, but I do tend to note, wait, I don't know my left from my right. I do tend to notice that this particular cloud is often looking a little stormier. And it's like we have that hand and that gift coming out of there. Let's see, Jonathan, the Ace of Pentacles deals with issues practically, playing it safe, being grounded, and looking toward the long-term goal. Kristen says lilies in the front, roses are or carnations in the back. Oak Mama's noticing that gateway from the garden. I can't tell you how many times I looked at this card and never really looked below the hand with the pentacles and to really see the garden and the path and the mountain. There's so much to dive into with this card that you might miss on first glance. That pentacle is blinging off the screen right now, Emily. Wendy says the arch in the mountains, this could say there is a way through a problem or obstacles around at this time. Yeah, noticing the mountains. Like, how many people have really noticed the mountain? Is there any, like, did anybody see something new today? Yes, Oakham, I was noticing that green nail polish as well. Donna says, I always think this must be the garden that belongs to the Nine of Pence lady. Oh, yes. Jonathan, the Ace of Pence is about investments, what we invest into ourselves and what are our long-term goals. It is the beginning of planning. Is that called a trellis, the archway? I think that is one term. Usually a trellis, is that usually man-made? Can you have a natural trellis? Well, I guess that would have to be man-made under there, wouldn't it? It just doesn't grow that way, Jen. This is actually not the Centennial. This is called the original RWS. It was a really inexpensive, like $14 RWS. It's on linen cardstock that's on Amazon. There's another version that has darker beige backs. But I use this one because it's kind of like the study deck. I was like, okay, I'll have an inexpensive deck to use that I can just keep aside purely for tarot play date. Like opportunity coming from adversity, right? Like with regard to the gray clouds, perhaps. Let's see. Oh, my chat jumped again. Robin says, let's play ball. Reminds me of croquet with the hoops and the wickets. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, I missed this before, Emily. This is all about how we go about making our manifestations reality and examining how we are behaving in real life with people in our lives and looking how we can change our routines and behaviors. Interesting. TCAT says, Ace of Pentacles symbolizes bringing ideas into reality. It shows that right now is the perfect time to put plans into action. And here is Simon doing his job so good. So well, actually, but it was more fun to say good. The gardens and lilies. The world is the place, or the garden and lilies. The world is the place to live and cultivate. The garden of childhood and the human paradise that we have left behind and which we seek to return. Ooh, that is deep. Jonathan, the pathway to the gate represents that the next step after planning is taking action and walking out of the garden to create what we want. So Kristen, I know I'm way behind on the chat. So when you said you never noticed it, were you referring to the mountain? Yeah, I like the snow-capped mountain in the Melanated for sure. Emily says the arch is so adorned in the Centennial as well, or in this original version. Yeah, it's like got flowers. Yeah, this one is a lot more like just plain green. But here in this one, we have lots of flowers. Like, it makes me, even though there's a mountain back there, I still want to go walking along this path, you know? I'm not afraid. An arbor could it be called? Ooh, maybe, Donna. I'm not the flower person. We all know this now. Anne says the gateway to achievement and journey towards your goals. Kristen says green actually symbolizes hope for the future, so that really works. Hello, Celtic Tarot Sheila. Aspasia rising, yes, the gateway is the part of the natural world, health and connection first, then with that, going out toward the mountain and life's future challenges. Yeah, this card makes me feel like I can take it on though, you know? White Tree Tarot, it looks like a way out of the garden, going into the wild where everything is possible. Linda, planting seeds of security. Hi, Kay, nice to see you. Kristen says green, like in the nails. Oh, so representing the color of the nails. Oh, I get it. Is also seen in The Great Gatsby and Death of a Salesman to symbolize looking to the future. Well, isn't that kind of a fun little hidden gem with the color of the nails there? I love that. Emily, the garden looks like one of those beautiful ornate National Trust gardens in England. I'll have to take your word for it. Okwama says, or our plans lead us on a quest. All right, so Simon, the gate, the borderline between reality and the other worlds. So our kind of our archway here with this. Oh, I like that. Okay. Rose honey ritual. So we are looking out towards the garden path, out towards the challenges. But the garden is our childhood foundation and support for the things to come. Oh, yes. Robin, Stargate. Jonathan, new business deals, contracts, jobs, promotions, salary increases. These are some of the things that can be expected. Donna, leaving your safe, familiar space into the unknown. What I really love is that I feel like as a group, we're largely focused on kind of really what this path and garden mean, rather than being so focused on that one coin in the center. And I think that's so cool. Hi, Chantal. Nice to see you. Oh, did I get caught up? No, really? Maybe I did. Emily says, it's like when you look over rolling hills and wonder what's beyond. Perhaps in shadow, the phrase, the grass is always greener on the other side, comes to mind, right? That's always a tricky concept, isn't it? Because we think, we think it is. Oh, and oops, Susie had said something that just jumped again on me. And that pentacle is right in your hand, not hanging on to it tightly feels hopeful, right? It's kind of like gently resting. We've accepted this pentacle, right? But we're not grasping it out of fear, right? That's an interesting observation. Okay, I'm making sure I didn't miss anything. If I did, of course, you know to bring it back for me. Issue says 7 and 9 of Pentacles are also in the garden, are the king and queen. The king is definitely in some kind of, yeah, actually they both are in definitely lush surroundings. To me, they often look like they're more like in the forest almost, or on the edge of the forest. Wendy says, maybe by focusing on surroundings, you realize money is not everything. Okay, so Simon noting the gray sky, especially here, which side in this card, is positive aspects, lack of bias, neutrality, and patience. Negative aspects, lack of awareness and indifference. All right, so it's not like this beautiful blue sky. It's not stormy. It's just very, very neutral. Who does the hand belong to? That is always a question, isn't it? Is this the hand of spirit? Is this the universe? Is this the hand of God? Like, how do you guys interpret the hand often? Wendy said there are other things of value. And then Rose is also asking, what is being offered, right? Well, something good, I think, usually anyway. Oh, that's funny, Aspasia. As we're chatting on the Ace of Pentacles, my friend just texted me the name of a retirement financial advisor. Way to embrace the energy of this right out of the gate today. Jillian says, unexpected but welcome gifts will appear from thin air. Emily says, yes, I always think the page has a very my precious vibe to it, whereas this one is isn't so possessive. I was like, wait, it is so possessive? Then I saw the rest of the letters. Jonathan, you will need to plan and take proper actions in order to reach your goals. Resources are at your disposal. You just need to tap into those connections you have. Justin, hey, Justin, gift from the creator. Robin says, manifesting material good from a cloud of confusion. Oh, I really love that. Whoopsie. Hello. I need to highlight that, Corbin, but hi, nice to see you. I was trying to unhighlight Robin there. Sue says, coming from the clouds, air, ideas turned to the solidity of the pentacle. Yes. Soulshine Sarah says, plant the offered pentacle in the beautiful garden for growth. Right? And so maybe that's kind of our progression. Maybe this is how we end up at the 7 of Pentacles and then eventually at the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. One of the building blocks of the universe, says Justin. Yes, I like that. So we're about ready to start looking at some alternative cards and answering some of our questions. Or do you guys have any more thoughts about this? Oh, Simon's got more symbols for us. I'm so mean. I make him like type all this stuff out. So just so you know, oh, I wanted to read from the Melanated today too. But Simon is referring to for us the ultimate guide to the Rider-Waite Smith, which dives into all the symbols. And we've talked about he's new and is wondering what we're referring to there. So the hand, a gift to you, you yourself are the gift for yourself and your world. Oh, that's beautiful. Accept the gift and make something of it. Take it in your hand and let it multiply. Turn it into that garden like we were talking about. I love that. T-Cat says, I usually see the hand being the symbol of the universe. It's like universe having your back and giving some blessings. Definitely. Oak Mama reminds me of the biblical talented, gifted, but we need to put it to use. Yeah, I love that. You are the gift. That's very cool. Okay, I want to see really quick what the Melanated says, because sometimes this book is just, it just wows me. And it's such a tiny book, but look how like chock full of information it is. I've been seeing more and more people getting this deck into their collection lately, and it just makes me so happy because I think it's such a good one. Okay. We are enough. Yes, Simon. Yes, we are. And for anybody who needs to hear that today, you are definitely enough. Okay. What kind of, oh, this is in the numerical order. See, clearly I don't look at this book enough. Okay. L, you got to set me straight. Oh, wait. It's starting with the twos. Okay, are the aces at the end? Where the heck are my aces? Tens? I can't find the aces. I really... Okay, so we have majors. L, help me. Where are you? If you took a call during this. All right, I have the minor arcana. And it starts with the twos. Like, I'm not making this up. Okay. Maybe it's after the 10 before we get to the court. Maybe. I actually don't even know where the courts are. 9, 10. Then it goes into interpreting the cards. Do I not get aces in this? Well, forget it. Oh, there it is. Aces and court cards. Just two last easy things. The aces are the base energy of whatever element in which they appear. They represent the pure spirit, emotion, thought, idea given by the universe. But it is up to us to build upon that energy and reach our highest potential. Thank you, Elle. I found it. The Ace of Pentacles, root of all earth, ideas, situations, and reality. So it's really just kind of this way of applying, I don't know if you can see this, but it's kind of like just a real quick summary on each of these aces to kind of apply that same concept across all four of the suits. Yeah, sorry. Today is a struggle, people. Today is a struggle. Oh, this is sweet. This is all I ever wanted to be discussing and diving deep with others. And we are so happy you are here. I'm going to speak for everybody confidently on that. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you. Okay. After the king, said Jackie. Okay. Sorry, Al. I totally put you on the spot. Issue says, you are enough reminds me to note that we are worth more than the societal stereotype of contributing. You have value in the various gifts you give to yourself and others. You never know where and I bet, there it is, ripples of inaction may end up. That is very true. All right. So for anybody who's new here, the way that I do the rest of this is before play date, randomly select 5 decks from my collection of RWS themed decks. And we use those to look at other versions of the cards and answer our questions. And today, my first random deck is the Darkness of Light Tarot. This is the 2nd edition for anybody who's curious. I believe the 4th edition was just released. The 3rd edition had white borders. And then I believe he brought back the black borders with the 4th edition. Wait, Ace of Coins in this particular deck. Okay, get that back in there. So let me know what you think when you see this particular card. How does it differ? What do you think? Hello, Tammy Pie. What do you think when you see this one? What do we think about the differences in the landscape? What is that at the bottom? I don't know. Does that look like it looks like a factory with smoke coming out of it, but I could be totally seeing that really funny. But what do you all think? Does this give you the same feeling, something different as this one? Oh, so Jonathan said 111 copies of the 4th edition went out. Congrats on getting one. And there's going to be another batch around the holidays. Got it. Kristen says, I wish I had gotten this deck. Emily, it reminds me of abundance in a time of austerity. Tammy Pie says, this looks like the beginning of a long, hard project. Yeah, this one feels like there's more effort involved, but it also feels very grounding to me. It looks old. You know, that's an interesting concept. How could we apply that, this kind of old looking feeling, this, what's, again, the word I want? Antique. Antique is the word I want. Wow. It's like my vocabulary goes right out of my head. Donna's noticing a less cultivated landscape, right? We don't already have the garden. Maybe this is really even going back further than what we have here. And maybe we have to work a little bit harder for this, and it's not being handed to us in quite the same way. Aspasia says it seems more about the material world versus the natural one. She says it's like the cross is on a door or a cross. Oh, that's interesting. Or do you mean the pentacle? Like the pentacle is on a door or cross? Sue says it looks like the pentacle is emerging through a gap in the sky, like a portal from another universe. Okay, oopsie. Oh, we've got lots of thoughts on this. It looks like a weapon to me, says Pals Tarot 10. Interesting. Oakmom, it looks like the middle of a puzzle. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? V Kestrel High V says it's a similar feeling, a bit more tangible with the solid metal pentacle. It does feel like it's almost like you can feel the weight of it, you know? White Tree Tarot. This looks like you had to scratch the upper layer of the card off to get to the pentacle. No gifts. You deserved the chance. Oh, interesting. Ancient. That's another good word that I was looking for. Ancient or antique. Yes. Susie, elements well defined and highlighted by the wood. Manifest. Robin, it looks like a dirty nickel that scraped the stuff off a lottery card. Somebody else earlier too said, you know, it looks like it's kind of been scratched off. Yeah, the pentacle issue. I knew what you were going for there. Aspasia, it's grounding like earth metals, which remind me of coins. Chantal, I'm blank right now, but it's awesome. I mean, sometimes that's enough, right? Emily says it feels more heavy and grueling than the other images, like being royal or inheriting riches when others around you are very poor and living in lack. So maybe it is about kind of noticing the disparities there. Elle says it reminds me that destruction brings potential for new creation. Perhaps a tower moment just occurred. Time to start over, right? We're really building it. It feels like we're building this from the ground rather than from the garden, I suppose. That tool can be deadly, quite potentially, Pals Tarot Tent. Kristen says it looks ancient, magical manifestation in the sky. Thank you, Jonathan. I heard ya. Sue, like it's been uncovered or discovered. We've worked for it already. Oh, now that's kind of interesting too, right? We've been digging, we've been searching, and here it is. Like we finally revealed the pentacle. Oh, I like that. Sarah says it reminds me of a shield. Oak Mama, it's like the gift of the ancestors that we have to build upon. Oh, see, Donna had the same thought as Sarah. It looks like a shield. Elle said, to have everything is nothing. To have nothing is everything. I'm sure that's true. I feel like you have to go deep within to fully accept that, though. You know. This looks like old metal, says T-Cat. And it looks like there's even growth possible from a barren landscape. Yes, yes, yes. Rose says it seems more like a responsibility than a gift. You know, that's a very good point as well. Simon says, I see why this deck gets compared to Heaven and Earth. Although I feel like the artwork is so different because the Heaven and Earth is very much kind of, what do we call that? Like photographic manipulation or kind of, and this feels more painted, but I can see what you mean with like the coloring and the deepness of the tones. Jonathan says it feels like more like a materialistic vibe with the wood behind the pentacle. There's a weight to the image. Yes, yes, yes. Tammy Pie says, I like this one way better than the Heaven and Earth. Okay, let me keep on scrolling here. Linda says it looks mechanical to me. That object at the bottom looks like a backhoe. Maybe that's what it is. Like there's definitely something that kind of indicates some kind of industriousness. Emily is trying to figure out why it reminds her of Game of Thrones. Donna, it looks like material abundance is more of a burden in this one. Yes. Kristen says, it makes me think of King Arthur for some reason. Like it's the hilt of a sword and the gift of Excalibur from Nimue, the surface of the lake. Such a random association. So we have Game of Thrones, King Arthur. It's clearly bringing up some stuff. The gray of this card, can't decide if I like it or not. You know, fair. Okay, so, oops, sorry, Simon, I mean, but yeah, you don't have, I cannot decide if I want heaven and earth or not. A nice field for metal detecting, Donna. I like that. All right, shall we answer our first question with this one? So our first question was from Longman Tarot. How can we best look after our mental well-being this week? So how would you answer that question with this card? How can we best look after our mental well-being this week? And right away, I feel like what you guys have been saying about how this feels more tangible and heavy and like we have to cultivate and do this work. We have to cultivate and do the work, right? We have to recognize that those opportunities are there, but we might have to dig, we might have to scratch, we might have to backhoe, right? It's not going to come easy, but if we do the work to recognize how we can best take care of ourselves, then those opportunities for that to be rewarding are there. So that's kind of my first thought. Jennifer Rebecca, thank you for stopping by to say hello. I'm glad it feels like the right card. Check your bank accounts, says Aspasia. Chantal says, I think this card is so powerful, putting self-care above all, which is very appropriate for the question that was asked, right? Do the work, take responsibility. Yes, Rose, you and me, same page. Shield ourselves from crowds, says Linda. Ooh, that's interesting. So kind of looking at this really strong pentacle as a bit of a shield. That is interesting. Okay, I'm still looking, I'm scrolling. Emily said something that I was just going to highlight. There we go. Don't isolate yourself. Speak and be with others, even if it's on the phone. Don't face the realities alone. Ooh, I really like this one, Tammy Pie. Start over, right? Start fresh. Get out and get some fresh air, says Donna. So just recognizing the outdoor landscape of this. Jonathan says, focus on the material world when our minds are in turmoil. It's easier to focus on physical work to distract our minds from heavy thoughts, right? Sometimes, and taking care of our bodies too, right, can oftentimes, and our health can help us take care of our minds and our mental well-being as well. Kristen says, break through your feelings of ungroundedness as symbolized by the sky with practical action. Aspasia says, the way this particular card is depicted, some seems so material versus health to me. B says, self-care can include work to look after yourself, eating well, going to the gym, paying the bills. Yes, yes, exactly. Al says, the way the wood is split on the end, it looks like it's come from something that's been torn down. Tearing down old beliefs and finding new healthy ones to go in their place. Yes, I love that. Anne says, we might have to dig deep to find our mental equilibrium. Lots of people loving what Jonathan and Elle are saying. So how do we feel? Richard, if you're still here, did we answer your question all right? Any other thoughts on that? Let me unhide. There we go. Take my moment to get some coffee. Okay, those were some fantastic answers. Okay, random deck choice number 2. So recently I recycled through my whole collection. So it may seem like a couple of the decks that I'm picking, it seems like we had them not too long ago, and that's because I completely refreshed my whole list. Okay, good. I'm glad that was helpful, Richard. Thank you for the question. All right, let me turn that one off. And let's take a look at the Tarot of the Golden Wheel, which is just a lovely, lovely deck. And I'll leave the book out too, just in case it's helpful. Okay, so in here, our pentacles are the wheels. Now, this should be a fun one to dive into, I think. I think it will be. Here's the backs, by the way. I didn't show you the backs on the Darkness of Light for anybody who was interested. I think these have changed in the 4th edition, though. I don't think it's the wolves anymore. Okay, so here's our Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Now go ahead and pull it up close right from the get-go here. So we have this bull with the ornate horns there. That is a wheel / pentacle / something. I was like, wait, what's happening there? But that's his tail. Okay. What do you think? This brings, I feel like, something totally different to the card, but I haven't quite landed. Oh, is it the same backs? Oh, okay. Thank you, Jonathan. I thought for some reason I read somewhere that they were different backs. Loving it, says Susie. Do they still have the wolf backs? Yeah, so apparently, Donna, on the darkness of light. So what do you think this is, like with this wheel? I think this, so is the bowl bringing us our wheel? I want to say pentacle, but in this case, it's a wheel. It is so different. I mean, could you get like any more opposite than this really bright, sunny Ace of Pentacles and this real dark and grounded? This feels so hopeful to me, although it still feels like there's effort involved. Like that bowl seemed like maybe it had to work really hard to get that wheel to where it's at today. Jackie, I don't know. Donna, bullish market. He is so cute. Rose says it makes me think of the center of a labyrinth. Oh, that's interesting. Yep, he is cute, Elle. I'm with you on that. Does the card have a Taurus connection? I was kind of wondering the same, actually. Having to defeat the Minotaur to retrieve the wheel. Interesting. So Jonathan says, in answer to Issue's question, the pentacles are connected with the 3 earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Oh, that's true. That is true. Taurus is an earth sign, isn't it? Good point. B says, I really love it. I'm Taurus. Emily says, in Celtic mythology, the white-horned bull Fimbulnach was a fertile bull owned by the king on Connacht. I don't know if I pronounced any of those things right. In Irish mythology, the cow symbolized wealth. Okay, so then that makes sense. Sue says, bull, strength and determination to continue with, start our goals. Yes. White Tree Tarot says, it gives me harvest time vibes, not really the beginning. So we've already kind of maybe planted some seeds that we need to harvest. That's really interesting. T-Cat, this looks like stability or looks stable and deeply grounded. The bull makes me think not giving up when it comes to material things, like being willing to work hard, dive in, do the work. Yikes, bulls were sacrificial animals in the ancient world. Well, he's too cute. I don't want to. Aspasia, an ox is a symbol of abundance and manifesting goals. A bull is a symbol of strength and power. Do we know for sure it's a bull? Well, you know, I can find out. I can find out what the book says, but I like to hear what you guys think first. But I will look in the book and we can see what we think. Anne says, I instantly see Taurus reference and directing us toward the Hierophant. Follow a structured path to achieve your goals. That's interesting that you've made that connection there, Anne. Connacht. Thank you, Kristen. Oh, where your ancestors are from. Oh, that's cool. Sarah gets the feeling of patience from this. Okay, so let me see what the book says here. I'll hold the card back up as soon as I find my page. All right, so in this case, the wheels. So our Ace of Wheels, representing prosperity. Ace of Wheels signifies material stability, success in business, and prosperity. This card favors financial enterprises, large purchases, acquisition of real estate, accumulation of wealth. It promises excellent chances for success, and also hints at the love of luxury. Gives us no information about whether it's a bull or an ox, but given the Taurus association, I think it makes sense as bull. And then also, like somebody said earlier, right, like a bull market, right, prosperity in a stock market, it kind of makes sense. Okay, what else do you guys think here? Jonathan says, I'm getting a slow and steady wins the race vibe from this card. Susie said that purple highlight feels like royalty and wealth. So here in the background, right, this foliage here that's so purple. Yes, That's often what that color is associated with. Jonathan, it looks like the bull is spinning the wheel with his tail. Yes. There's a bull on the traditional Wheel of Fortune. Yes, there are. Yes, there is. Bulls are sacred in some cultures. Do cows have horns? Thought it was only the bulls, asked Jackie. This card does look like the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, it does. Chantal says, committing to whatever you're manifesting and follow through. Yes. V says, I feel like it's suggesting there's a path to success, which will be slow, steady, and solid. Sandra's saying some cows do have horns. Is she struggling a little bit with this one? Not reading this one as well as some of the others. I have to admit, the intuitive hits for this one, I find the card beautiful, but as far as its meaning, I feel like I am having to work a bit more for it. White Tree Tarot, this is a Slavic deck, so I'm assuming this bull is used for plowing. You need to plow before you can sow anything. That's true. I was actually thinking about that because when I was talking about the bull and the bull market, I'm like, but this is not, you know, an American creator here that made this deck. Thank you kindly, I accept. Are you accepting the gift, Pals Tarot 10? I'm not quite sure. All right, so let's answer our next question before we get to struggling too much with this. So this one here from Emily, how can we support ourselves and others who are close to us move through any doubts or feels that may be arising right now? Yeah, there are not as many symbols in this, that is for sure. Is that vegetation behind the bull's head? Yeah, there's definitely, it looks like to be almost looks like a willow tree, but purple. I don't know. But yeah, there's some kind of plant life, purple plant life. So what do we think about Emily's question? How can we support ourselves and others who are close to us to move through any doubts or fears that may be arising right now? So maybe we can infuse a little bull energy into them and encourage them to be strong and that the effort will pay off. There's abundance that's just kind of waiting for them, right? But I want to know what you guys think. She said the bull eats from the earth. A holistic approach does come through. Oh, interesting. Yes, that's true. Oh, could that be Laurel hanging in the background? I'm not sure. You know me, I'm not a plant person. So how can we support ourselves and others? What do you think, Emily? How would you answer your question with this? Anybody else have thoughts on this? Or does this one have us stumped a little bit? How can we support ourselves and others who are close to us to move through any doubts or fears that may be arising right now? One of the things that I see in this is it's very, again, with the brightness and the hopefulness, right? To me, it feels like a promise that the effort is going to pay off. Share a memory of joy. I like that. Emily says, I get an abundance of gold from this card, and so it feels like the answer is to remind ourselves and others of the treasures we already are and have in our possession. Gratitude for what we have. And then remember earlier, too, that whole concept, you are enough. Safety/freedom. Oh, interesting. Jonathan says, I like that the bull that is unmoving, we can stand our ground and plow through our doubts and fears. Jillian says, is that a field the bull is in? If so, fields of gold come to mind. It certainly does look like rich and luscious, right? That field. Maybe it's wheat abundance in that way. Why can't I straighten my hand? There we go. V stumped. You and me both, V. Emily, you are safe. You are held. You are loved. Yes. Jennifer, that's funny. Kristen, the willow is the fourth letter of the Om alphabet. It symbolizes the coming of spring. Oh, interesting. Yes, a promise. Aspasia. Oh, this was a good one. We have to go inward and pull out strength and move forward slowly, plowing a field hour by hour to achieve our goals. Then Sarah says, be kind and patient with yourself and others. Ishi, yellow, signifying mental force. Oh, that's an interesting way to look at that too. Donna says, rather than the pentacle being offered from above, it is right there on the ground in front of us. Chantal says, look for help if you can't do it alone. Yes, sharing a moment of joy is lovely. Susie has that feeling of put your oxygen mask on first, then help your child. So self-care so you can help loved ones. Yes, you have to take care of yourself. And to stay grounded and give reassurance that with diligent and not faltering, we will survive. Donna, reminder that everything we need to prosper is right there in front of us if we recognize it. And this does feel very in your face, right? It's like, hey, see this big wheel? See all this prosperity? It's right there. It does feel like right there to me. Jody says, symbolically, wisteria means long life, so maybe that will help. Oh, with this up here. Oh, that's interesting. Well, thanks for that tidbit. B, remind ourselves that we have more than we realize. From work we have done before, praise some gratitude. Aspasia says, I feel as though colors are very significant in this card. It does seem to make sense. Did I miss a comment earlier, Jonathan? Let me rephrase that. We can plow through our doubts and fears to create a fertile ground, fertile ground to grow our inner strength and wealth. Ooh, I like that. Sue says, whoopsie. Let me get back to that one. Focus on getting the basics in place. Yes, Sarah says, I definitely get more tarot vibes or Taurus vibes with this card than the traditional meaning. And then Kristen says, always keep self-care in the forefront, right in front of the body. Perhaps caring for the body. Remember to take your vitamins, drink water, etc. Always good advice. Always good. All right, I'm out of, oh no, I'm not out of coffee. Oh, that's good news. Okay, my next deck is going to be a bit simpler because the minors can be a bit pippish, but I mean, the Ace of Pentacles kind of is a pippish card in many ways. I have the gorgeous Pagan Otherworlds here. Let's see what you get out of this one. Put that over there. Oh, it's just pretty. It's just a really pretty card. All right, initial thoughts. For those who have not seen the Pagan Otherworlds, the back's gorgeous. Here is our Ace of Pentacles. I'll go ahead and pull this one close. Yes, it is really pretty, Simon. All right, let's take a nice close-up look at this gorgeous card, if it'll focus. There we go. So we don't really have a landscape at the bottom of this card, but we have all of this kind of beautiful garden, abundance surrounding our ace. Let's see what you guys think here. Oh, people are loving it. I'm going to see if hi, Hen. Welcome in, my friend. We had a few other, while you guys are thinking about this card, a few answers to our previous question from TCAT. We can best support ourselves and others. Oh, let me turn off that question. Sorry. I just get used to the banner scrolling across the bottom. We can best support ourselves and others by being realistic about our fears. Are those doubts really real? And if so, what are actual ways to get rid of them? Good questions, TCAT. Ishi, regarding the question, look at your value and place within your community. Think about all that you do is a gift. Ace, a new start, basics, and advancement. All right. Very good stuff. All debating on whether she should get this deck. Susie says it feels like an inheritance. So does it feel, some of these, it's funny, I feel like some of these feel like something new that's being presented, and some of them feel more like something that's ancient or old being presented, which is kind of, I never really thought about that with the ace before. It looks like a charger plate. I don't see that, but we all see what we see. What was the name of the bull deck? That was the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Jenna? Get it. Oh, you guys have got that as well. Okay. Patrice says, Jilly pushed me to get this deck and I love it. Aspasia Rising says it's very intricate and there's emphasis on our connection and things interconnected. Ooh, I like that. Yes. Emily says, I see the charger plate. Do you really? Like, what kind of charger plates do you have over there? I don't know. But I mean, trust your instincts, right? Donna says, this one is more witchy looking to me, like manifesting intentions through spell works. It's got a magical vibe. I like that. Jackie says, it reminds me of a seed in the middle, which can grow. I love that too. Jonathan, I love how symmetrical this version of the ace is. It's a good reminder about staying balanced. Well, I'm always a fan of that, as you know. And potential surrounded by love, abundance, and support. Yes. Emily, perhaps how can we fill our plate but without being greedy? Don't stockpile the toilet paper. You know, get what you need, right? Let's not go crazy. Chantal is also seeing the witchy, magical vibes. Any other sort of initial thoughts before we dive into our next question? Well, I'll have some. Discovering the potential within yourself and adorning it with all the flower crowniness. I love that. Like, it's embracing the beauty of the potential in this particular card. Are they white and red roses? Well, let's see. Let's take a close-up. Let me hide this so you can see it better. Let's take another close-up look at the flowers. I do feel like they're white roses, but I don't know about the red flowers. What do you think? I don't know how close I can get before the camera will like totally freak out, but it sure is beautiful. I just want to stare at it. Donna says, setting a beautiful table to cheer ourselves up. Jillian says, it gives me royal feels. It feels very fancy, doesn't it? Red lilies is what we're seeing. Very beautiful card. Yes, it is. Oh, wait. I got to unhide that. Oh, there we go. It is stunning. Okay, so we're thinking maybe white roses and red lilies, which is, you know, roses and lilies. We often see that throughout the RWS as well. Simon said it looked like a little bird in the center. Did it? One more look, because this is fun. I can see how you would see that. I don't know if there's literally a bird, but I can see how that would be something that you would see in that. Jody says it looks like tiger lilies and roses. Oh, at the very center. Wait. Okay, hold on. Yeah, what is nestled in there inside the pentacle? Interesting. I have no idea, but it's really pretty. Looks like a coiled snake to me, says Rose. Emily wants this as a pendant. Anne says, I love the idea of embracing the potential. V says, the gold work makes me think of an artisan spending hours making it. Yes, a pinnacle of effort. I love that. You know, it's funny. So we have people seeing beehives and snakes and birds. That's really cool. I actually love that you can see so many different things in that center image. That is very cool. Is it a pine cone, a seed? You guys have all a stack of pancakes. Patrice is hungry, so now we all know that. Susie says, I guess I'm seeing it like an antique, not loving it. Interesting. Does it feel too old, like unrelatable in that way? That center thing is like a Rorschach test. It is a pile of coins. So yeah, we all get to share a little bit about our psyche by expressing what we see in the middle there. Jackie says, reminds me of the rings in a slice of a tree trunk. It's like finding treasure, says Emily. Okay, this is a fun game, actually. The ultimate potential of the ace. Old money? Question mark, Donna? Yes. All right, so here is our question from Jonathan. Question number 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So how can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? How can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? T-Cat says, this looks like a Renaissance art, so lovely and would fit into an old painting. Definitely. Emily sees the snake coiled in the center. So maybe our shadow is right in the center of that pentacle. But how can we embrace our shadow side to be a whole being? It's, I think, recognizing. So somebody earlier said that this feels very like entwined, right? Something like that. So Ishi asks, as a newbie, what is meant as our shadow side? Well, a lot of different people have a lot of different definitions for this, but I think to keep it as kind of generic as possible, it's those things that are buried a bit deeper that sometimes we don't like to look at. Or it's the, you know, if you think about it literally, it's like the shadow that follows you. It affects you, it influences how you think and how you act, but you may not be fully aware of it. Some, you know, I sometimes refer to it as kind of like the dark unconscious or subconscious, the things that we have difficulty bringing to light or recognizing what will trigger certain behaviors because it's poking at our shadows, right? So it's the things that are deeper inside that sometimes we really have to work hard to bring to light. I don't know if that was helpful or if you guys have some other thoughts. We have some other people focusing on or providing other answers here. Emily says, how do we present ourselves? Sometimes you have to go into the center of our shadow to find our light. Does that resonate with us? Emily, I'm not quite sure I'm following your train of thought here, but that's probably just me missing something. Yeah, what are we afraid of seeing in the center? Aspasia says, whoopsie, shadow side of feeling connected is to be too dependent on others or perhaps codependency, right? Donna, cut through the pretty outer layer to get to your center. Simon says, it looks like not working, but I first saw a bird looking to the bottom left. What are we afraid of seeing at the center? Yes. Chantal says, finding new ways to rearrange things in our lives, which we still have trouble with, to lighten the burdens. Rose, you guys are genius, aren't they? Aren't they genius? Jillian, looking into your lineage and rid yourself of ancestral ties, ancestral healing. Oh, I love that with like the ancient look and aspect of this card. That I love. For some reason, that just really struck me, Jillian. Loved it. Jonathan, like the yin yang, we have to embrace both shadow and light. Be whole. We can't have one without the other, right? We need that integration. Everything comes together to form the beautiful potential that is us. Patrice, looks like we've layered, like we're layered like the rings of a tree. All our experiences have gone into our being. Go into our depths and appreciate the beauty of the totality of our experiences / selves. Yes. See, other people are getting you too, Jillian, there too. That was beautiful, Patrice. I loved that. She says, yeah, I picked up on that with the first card shown. So maybe I had my own understanding of shadow self as pre-programming. I think it's all something that we know about and that we avoid, and then we call it different things, you know? B says, perhaps we are using something in our material physical world to hide something from ourselves. So are we so focused, and this can happen for a lot of us, I think, where we're so focused on the material and the things that we miss the more important things, and we don't really dive into the why. Why do I need to accumulate the stuff? Or why do I have fears around allowing abundance into my life or letting go of things, right? All those things can come into play. Kristen says, take on beginner's mind and facing your shadow side. Be open to it with new eyes and childlike acceptance. And recognize that that's the beginning of the journey. We're at the ace, right? So all of the potential as we move through this suit. TCAT, our shadow self shows its true beauty slowly, since we rarely can accept the hard lessons it brings. This process is more like a marathon than a sprint. Be patient. Chantal, find your balance. Patrice says, our shadow is layered within our total being. Can't touch the shadow without the light and vice versa. She says, so regarding the question, understanding that things pass through the amygdala, the monkey brain, fight, flight, etc., and allow ourselves the gift of a sacred pause. Oh, that can be so important. Emily, exactly. Questioning what we see of our inner selves when we look closely. All right. Oh, so much good stuff. So much good stuff. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Holy cow. How did the time fly by so quickly? Okay. I need to move through these next cards a little bit faster. You guys are bringing so much awesome stuff. Okay. Deck number 4, the Accessory Veto Tarot, which I think actually was one of the ones that made an appearance here fairly recently. But we refreshed and it came up. So we're going to use it. That's how it goes in my random drawing. Okay. This one's really pretty. Sorry, we're just staying organized here. Okay, so here is our backs of our Accessory Veto Tarot. And here is our Ace of Pentacles. What do you think? Yes, Sassy Burrito for the win. We have some bees pollinating the flowers in her hair. I love that the ace here is kind of in the position of her third eye. That's really pretty. And Kristen's like, I have this sitting right in front of me. And don't forget, if you have other Ace of Pentacles you want to share in the Facebook group, do that thing. Lots of hard eyes here. One of my favorite decks. This is a great, great deck. So to me, this is about all of that potential, but all of that potential, she's looking inward to find that potential, but it's also already starting to bloom outward with the flowers in her hair. And again, the bees pollinating it, and they're going to spread that potential other places. That's what I see. Anyway, very, very much got excited. I'm sorry to torture you, T-Cat, but this is an available deck. I mean, I'm just saying, or you can put it on your Christmas list, you know. Emily says, I've never pulled this card from the deck before. It's at her head, which I think is so interesting, right? I love where it's at on her head. I think that sends a very cool message. Thank you for posting a link to the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, Elle. Very much appreciated. Yeah, lots of hearts and googly eyes for this one, except for Simon. Simon's oddly quiet. Okay, so yes, Sandra. This is you've mentioned this before that you're interested in this particular deck. Ishi says beehive center impervious, and bees in this one equal worker bees. Yeah, they're definitely at work, aren't they? Simon says, I read it as part of a management development course a few years ago and have used parts of it in a training session. Oh, are you talking about a particular book? I might have missed that. Oh, okay. Something about the Zen practice, but I missed it. It's okay. You chat away. Do what you're doing. Elle says, this card stalks me whenever I use this deck, so I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this interpretation. Anne says, couldn't have said it better. I'm glad you agree. Well, it's Christmas time, Sandra, so just put it on a list. You know, things happen then. T-Cat, my list is ever growing. Emily says, and the roses in her hair remind me of the Nine of Pence again. Yes, it definitely has those vibes, doesn't it? Okay, because we are so late, I'm going to get right to our question on this one. I think we all agree it's a beautiful card. I think I love this card for this question, though. So Aspasia Rising asks, how do we keep our internal landscape grounded with the external chaos? Like, does anybody feel like this is the literal answer to that question? How do we keep our internal landscape grounded with the external chaos? She looks so inwardly focused and at peace and calm with the chaos. She's got the bees buzzing around her head, but she's calm and centered and recognizes that those bees are doing the work so that, again, the abundance can spread, right? So that's my kind of initial take on that. B says it's pretty, but I don't like it as much as the other ones. Bees help with pollination, fertilization, fruit, and growth. Oh my gosh, like this, suddenly a bunch of stuff ended up in the chat. This is the Accessory Veto Tarot by Stasia Burrington. Is she? Okay. Shut your eyes and don't look at it. Just kidding. Meditation, grounding in nature, hug a tree, right? Really embrace the what's going on around you in nature and be one with it. B says, yes, this card answers the question. She literally looks as though she's meditating. Yes, yes, she does. Jonathan, busy little bees do best in the material world. But don't forget to go inward with your third eye and your inward world. Exactly. I'm just checking on my chat to see if it's a little bit behind. There we go. No fear about her circumstances, right, Susie? White Tree Tarot, try to stay focused on the ideas you can bring into life, crafts, baking, etc. Oh, that's a really good one. Pell's Tarot Time, put some honey in that tea. Yes. Donna says the flowers in her hair are her gift to the bees. I like that. White Tree Tarot, oh, I read that one already. Susie says no fear about her circumstances. Kristen, stay productive, but also don't forget to meditate. Yes, the artist does live close to us. She lives just down in SeaTac, very close to where Sean's at, actually. Chantal says, wow, this card answers the question perfectly. Focus on one thing at a time. Yes. Aspasia, the pentacle symbol is at the third eye while she manifests putting the flowers out of her mind. So the busy bee anxiety, thoughts, and buzzing leave her head so she can ground. Interesting. Yes. And then, whoopsie, there it went jumping again. And being creative to bring about our manifestations. Yeah, that pen is the third eye, yellow connection from earlier. Yeah, we have some enabling going on today, don't we? Okay, I know I sped through that one pretty quick. It's a gorgeous card, but I have one more. And this next deck is fairly, it can give us a lot to kind of look at and focus on. So I want to make sure we give it enough time here. Stop that one. Oh, and the last question is Elle. So Elle, you're going to love this deck because it is the Next World Tarot. And this time I have the big version. Last time I had this deck come up in Playdate, I only had the pocket version. And I was like, I need to get the big version of this deck. All right, let's find our Ace of Pentacles here. Okay. Oh, I love this Ace of Pentacles also very much. Because these are the backs, by the way, for anybody who hasn't seen this. This is such a wonderfully inclusive and diverse deck if you haven't seen it. You're not going to necessarily see it with this particular card, but long hair, skinny-eyed toe, hello. So this is like about all the crystals. That is my kind of material focus. Look at all those crystals and stones and rocks and fun, pretty things growing out of the ground. What do you think? What do you think? Aspasia says, I'm digging that last card. Yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it? Lots of yays. We're all loving this. I actually thought, this is actually more, what's the word? I want to say simple, but that's not quite the word. But it's very focused. Oh, Kristen had an answer to the last question too. Use your intuition on what you need to start doing to manage the chaos. I loved that. Okay, maybe I should have a look in the book. Is that how I say it? All right, our Ace of Pentacles in the book. This is a good book. Okay, hold on. We got to put this down. I do much better when I just take a pause. And it's nice to give my arm a break, I suppose. Okay, where the heck are the pentacles in this book? Swords, Pentacles. There we go. Oh, okay. There's a lot going on here, but I'm going to read it because I think this is really cool. The Ace of Pentacles is a cluster of smoky quartz, amethyst, serpentine, kyanite, and malachite, surrounded by a wall of vanadinite. Vanadinite is one of the few minerals with the sole purpose of discipline and workmanship. It surrounds sacred minerals which hold the powers to heal the mind, access astral realms, open your heart, understand your intuition, and clear the space. The Ace asks you to see the work you do as your magic. Oh, I love that. In order to find stability, your work can be a bridge between logical commitments and whimsical dreams. Redefine wealth as a state of grounding while finding power in unconventional success. Okay, and it goes on a bit more, but I love hearing about the artwork so much. And I loved hearing about how these crystals were very specifically chosen. So these aren't just randomly colored. They're very specific crystals. Hi, Lori. Nice to see you come in. Oh, I like that, Jen. Crystals also reflecting the light out. Yes. Linda had said concentrated energy ready to manifest. Aspasia, how much more natural can you get than the crystals and minerals that make up the earth? Gifts from the ground, said Jillian. Kristen, crystals form through hardening, inner strength, energy. The esoteric title is on the bottom of the card. Yes, it is. So, and Jonathan brought that to us earlier. The roots of the earth. Sorry, I didn't mention that. So thanks for pointing that out, Jonathan. Look in the book. Yes. Can you tell I'm reading this backwards? Susie had said a flora of possibility. Chantal, this card makes me happy. Yes, this card, could you tell? Like I pulled this card. I was like, yes, I love this card so much. Okay, all different skills coming together, says Rose. Yes, love that. Aspasia says, not sure, but in the list of crystals you read, I heard a lot of material success and protection. Yes. Unconventional success. L, light reflects. So speaking of L, let's answer L's question. What's something we are neglecting within ourselves that we should nurture this week? So if we're talking about light and protection, and frankly, those of us who are looking at this card with googly eyes because it's so pretty, right? Are we neglecting the light, the things that bring us joy, the things that we find beautiful? Are we allowing ourselves the time to really focus on and appreciate those things, both within and without us? Without us? Within us, and yeah, without us. That's right. That's what I meant. Bye, Sue. Thank you for being here. She said, amethyst, jade, anything else we can idea and think regarding healing? Emily says, it's like finding treasure. Yes. Donna says, reflect your abundance outward into the world. Like shine bright. Is there a song about this? Like shine bright for all the world to see. It sounds corny, but it's a thing, right? Letting that light out and shine through. Exactly, Jen. Our light. Yeah, see, our inner light, our inner gifts. Yes, what brings us joy. Jackie, light and love. See, I feel like we're on the same page here. Emily says, what nourishes us? Tammy Pie says, yes, that sounds good. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, Simon. Elle says, I guess depending how you feel crystals work, but we have it all within us. Crystals help bring it forth and amplify it, right? Helping us connect to those vibrations and energies, again, inside and out. Emily says, what brings us a feeling of abundance? Linda, grounding, which crystals can be very good for. Aspasia says, noticing our natural talents and things that we give the world and accepting some self-love. Shine bright like a diamond. That's the song I was thinking of, Emily. That's the song. I'm not going to try and sing that one, though. Diamond is your surname. Yes, it is when you're under your other account. What a great surname, by the way. I'm a little jealous. She says, perhaps neglecting some of our gifts that others think are quirky. Our light would shine. Yes. Patrice, those gems have grown within the depth, enduring pressure under the earth. Our abundance comes from those depths. Yes, sometimes we really have to dig deep, don't we? Nurture our spiritual practices. Jillian, again with the gifts from the ground, work from the ground up. Go back to basics, your core values. What is the current Eastern time here? It is just about 3 o'clock. Somebody probably already told you that, but I'm behind in the chat. Jillian, again with the gifts from the ground, work from the ground up. Go back to basics, your core values. Thank you for being here, Rose Honey Ritual. It was really nice to see you here today. Kristen, you are stronger than you think. Your fortitude has beauty. Oh, we are love and answer in Elle's question, aren't we? And nurture your inner strength and reflect your inner strength. It's taken your lifetime to grow. Yes, yes, yes. Susie, and the flaws in crystals make them more beautiful and unique, right? Every single piece is different. Jonathan, nurture your true self so you can focus on your passions, which will cause you to glow from within. Yep, so-called flaws, right? Imperfections, because we are all imperfectly perfect, right? Chantal says, stop procrastinating. Make a list and experience how good it feels to be done with it. It's self-care. TCAT, it seems we are ignoring our inner beauty and talents. Those help us manifest things that bring us together and bless us all. All right, we are running a little bit behind. So let's talk about, let me turn off Elle's little question there. So when we see the Ace of Pentacles in a reversed position, or if you don't read reversals, in a blocked position in a spread, maybe it's a blocking energy or an obstacle that we need to overcome, or maybe it shows up as a what to avoid kind of thing. How would you read the Ace of Pentacles reversed? All right, I'm going to kind of, while you guys are thinking about this, Emily had earlier said, the most nourishing thing I do is grounding and centering, asking Mother Earth to transmute the pain or fear or doubts into love, expansion, and peace. That is lovely. Visualization. Yes. She had said core strengthens the backbone, your wholeness, and your determination. Ooh, I like that too. And Head had said also helping others around us to see their inner light as being a strength within that we can utilize. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we really need to help each other, right? See the light that shines out from within. All right, so back to reverse blocked shadow. Don't waste the opportunity. Yes, Naomi. Donna, don't let it hit you in the head. That's a good one. Jackie had said earlier too, believe in yourself and know that you can flourish. Sean says, resistance of wealth that you have. Chantal, feeling stuck, not knowing where to start. Never lend money to family. True. Kristen, energetic avarice, avoidance, not doing the thing. And does anybody feel like the pressure? Do we feel like maybe there's pressure with that hand feeling like it's pushing down rather than lifting up? So then do we feel the burdens of what the expectations are with regard to material things or prosperity? Jonathan, reversed represents misused money and resources. It can represent erroneous investments or decisions. Also, it can indicate greed and neediness, as well as materialism, loss, and failure. Simon, it looks like the hand is pushing away. So it's like, yeah, no, I don't need that coin. I'm good. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, we were kind of having a very similar thought there, Simon. She says, protect your gifts. Strangely, make sure your cup is full enough to gift others fully. Emily says, yes, definitely with the pressure and burdens and expectations. Reminding me of the phrase, others' expectations are not a to-do list. It came up the other day in Becca's life too. That is so true, and how easily we take that stuff on. Naomi said, lack of vision. Yeah, see? Let's see, did I get all these? I think I got issues, protect your gifts. Yep, I did. Okay. The earth, air, and water are more predominant when we turn this card upside down. That's a very interesting observation. And reverse, suppressing the potential that are offered or rejecting them. Aspasia, feeling overwhelmed and not starting at the beginning and moving forward from there, specific to Pentacles regarding health regimes or material concerns. Kristen, resentment of expectations, maybe? Yeah, sometimes I feel a little resentful of that, but you know what? More often it's because I put it on myself, not because anybody else did. So I get a little tricky with that. Okay, I don't want to keep you too much longer because we're at our 90 minutes here. But before I let you leave, well, we need a tarot activity that all of us won't do. Actually, that's not true. I did see some folks tell the story of was it the story of the Page of Cups or was it the story of the Page of Wands? I know I saw some activities in the Play-Doh group. This just shows what a bad example I am. Oh, Jen had actually noted earlier too, trying to bury the abundance we have within, the opposite of gratitude. Oh, so true. So true. Okay, so, whoopsie, let me unhide that so you guys can see what else is going on here. So our Ace of Pentacles activity for the week is called, this was another one that was created by Julie, our little Zen crone, and is called Manifesting Abundance. What we think about, we bring about. This week, think about something you want to, oopsie, let me get this. Sorry, I have to fix the typos before I paste them into the chat. Okay, think about something you want to bring about in your life. Now, go through your cards. Choose one card for where you feel you are now. Then, choose a card to represent where you want to be. So, start where we want to end up. Then choose 2 cards to represent actions to get you from point A to point B. Put these cards on your altar or someplace where you can see and interact with them throughout the week. What are these action cards telling you? Does the message change by the end of the week? So this, okay, I know she's not here, but I wish I could give Jilly some kudos right now. I love this exercise. So we're going to draw a card for where we are. Then we're going to draw a card for where we want to be, right? And those we're choosing, right? We're very specifically choosing those cards. And then we randomly draw those 2 action cards, which I think is very cool. I will put, Jade, hello. Nice to see you. I will put this activity in the description box below this video. I will also put it in the Playdate Facebook group when I post a link to this video. And have fun with it. I would love to see if you guys want to post pictures of the 4 cards that you end up having for this exercise. I would love to see that in the Facebook group, or if you're an Instagram person with hashtag Tarot Playdate, I think that would be really cool. I'm totally going to do this. I'm Elle. I'm holding Elle responsible because she is my co-admin in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. Hold me accountable. I need to set a good example. But thank you all for a fantastic Playdate. Once again, you guys blow my mind every single week. Oh no, Ella's lost connection. Well, Simon will tell her. We'll tell her. That's a bummer. Okay, well, thank you once again. I've had a great time, and I really look forward to seeing you all next week. It is in the US Thanksgiving next weekend on Thursday, so many of us have a 4-day weekend, but I will still be live here next Sunday for our 49th Tarot Playdate. Thanks again for all your questions, all your participation, and until I see you in the next one, I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Bye, everyone.